This is a special documentary on how Enugu State government tackled the land fraud syndicates led by Oke Ezugu in Enugu. In the year 2001, the Enugu State government allocated plot P23C to Rembonet Limited. It was granted C of O for the said plots in the year 2002. Here are the certified true copy of the Rembonet Certificate of Occupancy. The title to plot P23 Independence Layout Enugu, measuring approximately 6,602 square meters, was vested in Rembonet from 2002 until 2017, when it was revoked by the government of Enugu State for non-development. Here is a certified true copy of letter of intention to revoke plot P23C from Rembonet and certified true copy of letter of revocation of plot P23 dated 2017. In 2021, the plot was allocated to Himac Real Limited by the Enugu State government. Here is a certified true copy of letter of allocation of plot P23C to Himac Real Limited. The letter of assessment of the fees payable by Himac Real Limited, which Himac paid, the certified true copy of the C of O issued to Himac Real Limited by the state government. Surprisingly, some notorious land grabbers led by one Livinus Okoro, also known as Zion, and barrister Oke Ezugu, a retired assistant comptroller general of immigration, invaded the plot of land P23C with armed thugs and chased away Himac Real Limited staff developing plot P23C Independence Layout and threatened to kill anyone who dared to resist them. They forged title documents and divided plots P23C amongst themselves. The furtive deal between Ezugu, Zion and Co. to forge documents and use armed cultists and thugs to intimidate and permanently dispossess Himac Real Limited of the plot P23C Independence Layout was uncovered when Mr. Livinus Okoro, also known as Zion, was unable to smuggle into the Ministry of Land his own forged title documents covering his portion out of plot P23C. Mr. Zion threatened to expose their dealings if barrister Oke Ezugu didn't give him his own forged document to use it and sell his own share, since his name as a retired assistant comptroller general of immigration and his wife's reputation as a servant judge of Enugu State High Court will enable the buyer to pay without bothering to do a search in the Ministry of Land. Barrister Oke Ezugu complied and executed a fake deed of assignment with Zion to enable Mr. Zion to defraud one Mr. Augustine Okechukwu Ugwoke his hard-earned monies of 15 million naira. Here is a signed deed of assignment between barrister Oke Ezugu as donor and Mr. Livinus Okoro, also known as Zion, as donee. A copy of the temporary receipt of payment of 10 million naira being part payment for plot P23CD by Mr. Livinus from Mr. Francis Ugwoke. It was a detailed investigation on fraud that uncovered the fact that it was Mr. Livinus Okoro, also known as Zion, that invited Oke Ezugu to the land, and they both forged the documents of title. As the investigation uncovered, it was their agreement that while Mr. Zion undertook to supervise the forging of the title documents, that Oke Ezugu promised to dispossess Himac Real Limited of plot P23C Independence Layout using his contact as a retired senior immigration officer and his wife, Honorable Justice Hyacinta Ezugu's position, contacts and power as a servant judge of Enugu State High Court. Those land grabbers invaded plot P23C Independence Layout and shared the land into parts and claimed to have received an allocation on the land from the state government between 2011 and 2013. Barrister Oke Ezugu equally extended his incursion into the land belonging to the Nigerian Television Authority. This is a dispute survey plan showing the area in blue, which is Oke Ezugu's incursion into plot P23C Independence Layout belonging to Himac Real Limited, and the area in green showing his incursion into the land belonging to Nigerian Television Authority. However, the truth is that for two fundamental reasons, it will be impossible for any part of the land to be allocated to anyone within the period of 2011 to 2014. Oke Ezugu and Co. were claiming to have been allocated parts of the plot P23C. The reasons are namely, Oke Ezugu's forged allocation and the title documents are dated between 2013 and 2014. However, the C of O granted to Rembonet Limited by the state government over P23C dated 2002 wasn't revoked until 2017. So the land was not available for allocation until 2017 when it was revoked. One can see that because they didn't have access to information in the file of plot P23C, they forged themselves into an impossible corner. the Ministry of Land, Enugu State, made it clear that plot P23C was never subdivided. This is a letter for Rembonet Limited CFO and a letter of revocation of plot P23C Independence Layout dated 2017. And here is also a certified true copy of a letter the Ministry of Land wrote to the police stating clearly that plot P23C Independence Layout was never subdivided and that the current title holder is Himac Real Limited. The letter is dated 2021 and a search report on the history of plot P23C and the Attacker Survey Plan. The Ministry of Land was replying to a letter of investigative inquiries by the Nigerian police to the Ministry of Land, Enugu State. Himac sued Ezugu and others in a suit number E658-2021. However, in clear disregard to the court of law, Barrister Oke Ezugu mobilized armed thugs and dangerous cultists to the land, plot P23C, broke down fence and gates already erected by Himac Real Limited, and started erecting illegal structures of his own in the month of March of 2022, 8 clear months after he has been served with court processes. This is a video of a foundation Ezugu laid on 12th of March 2022. Mr. Oke Ezugu on blue top with some of his armed thugs at the front of the land, daring the managing director of Himac Real Limited to come near and get shot while his illegal construction was ongoing. Himac reported to police to stop Ezugu and his thugs from destroying his property and erecting illegal structures on its land, but the efforts of policemen from Ogui was stopped when Honorable Justice Jacinta Ezugu, who made calls to highly placed people and rushed to police station and ordered the police to release the workers and warned them never to near the construction site. On one occasion, Honorable Justice Jacinta Ezugu threatened to commit a female police inspector from Independence Layout Division to prison if she doesn't release those erecting structures for her husband on plot P23CD, which is the plot they illegally carved out of plot P23C, who were arrested for conduct likely to cause breach of peace because they are building on a land that its ownership is still being contested in court. The police hurriedly released them and they went on building without regards to the issues before the court. In many occasions, Oke Ezugu called the managing director of Himac Real Limited on phone and threatened to kill him if he ever near plot P23C, which actually belongs to Himac Real Limited.
From that site, okay. You will kill me. I don't hear. I'm not site, never come. You will kill me. You are a woman, even a bloody woman. You are an idiot. You will kill me. Even a bloody woman. I say you are a woman. What did I do that I'm a woman? Come and meet me on the site. If I get a my call me bastard. If you don't kill me today. Okay, do you know where I am? I don't have to come to site so that you can shoot me. I don't here. Come here. Should I tell you where I am so that you can come and shoot me? I don't need them to come there. Come and enter this place. But it's not on here. If I ever hear me, then everybody should like I try. You're an idiot. You are insulting me. I will not be. Check the sins. Anime check the sins. Man, people will go and attack it. You got man I work in here. You can't do anything. I'm a 1 mile round squad.
Severally, Honorable Justice Jacinta Ezugu came to the plot to encourage those erecting illegal structures for her family. She equally encouraged the armed thugs and cultists and assured them that nobody can arrest them as long as she is a servant judge of the High Court of Enugu State. Here is Honorable Justice Jacinta Ezugu visiting those erecting buildings on plot 23C while the matter is pending in court. The state government ordered the Ministry of Land to establish the beacon of plot P23C and remove every illegal structure daring to enable Himac Real Limited to possess its land quietly. On the 17th of July 2023, due to Mr. Oke Ezugu's protest, the government of Enugu State summoned the parties to explain their position and fully explain to Ezugu and co. that the forged CFO they brandish were not worth more than the tissue papers and that the land was not vacant at the time they claimed that it was allocated to them, that the land was never subdivided, that it was wrong for him to ignore the matter pending in court and went on erecting structures on the land under the protection of courtists and armed thugs. They were informed of government decision to remove the illegal structures Ezugu and co Co. were erecting on plot 23C belonging to Highmark Rail Limited on the 18th of July 2023. The illegal structures Okezugu and Co. were erecting on plot P23C were demolished by Enugu Capital Territory Development Authority to restore the integrity of plot P23C and to enable Highmark Rail Limited to enjoy quiet possession of its plots.